I don't know. I actually,
No,
I honestly don't remember anything from.
We
last
bodied a
session.
Hydra.
Yeah, sub 6 second body to Hydra.
Yeah, the level 8 Hydra. Yeah.
Body doesn't imply like, oh, it was a hard fought, like well-earned victory. It just
was
implies,
a fucking massacre. Like...
It just implies, yeah, we
disconnected from your channel.
Rogue.
Alright, so I don't have to go that far actually. I just gotta find Andrew's thumb.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they Jim
Hey,
Weed.
Andrew, is it not attached?
It's the Jim Weed photo. The
oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
rainbow
it's
shirt.
iced tea, by the way.
You actually bought it?
Yeah, I said I would.
This is a man of his word.
Alright, where's the Hulk milk?
Yeah, you didn't buy him the Hulk milk.
I've had this discussion with Alec before. It's just like, for some reason, the good Jim stuff is like, it has just worse names. Like, fucking Jim Weed is like a retarded ass name, but like, I really like it.
Well, now you're a customer.
Andrew buys rhino pills as well.
Yeah, or the
monkey food.
No, the pre-workout I get is just like, it's got this thing ashwagandha, which is really good for circulation. But like, it also helps with like fucking. It's got like Viagra-like properties.
I was just about to say, my nephew bought that because he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna have a bigger dick," and I'm like,
"No, it's not how."
That's not even what Viagra does.
Like, you're 16, bro. Calm down.
That's not even what Viagra does.
No, it just helps you. It really helps you like relax and shit. And people buy it because like, dude, dick pills. Oh no, it's like.
Bro, it's all because of TikTok.
Well, Andrew's now got the horse electrolytes, the rhino pills, and Jim Weed. Yeah, monkey chow.
Monkey chow.
Monkey biscuits, excuse me.
Fucking gorilla gummies or some shit next.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
As soon as it'd be poison. It'd be like chocolate to dogs. Like gorilla's gummies.
Alright.
A gorilla gummies.
Alright, friends, while Henry is typing, I'm gonna go read this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It literally says in the bottom of Discord.
No, it doesn't. What are
Henry,
you
speed up. He's on to you.
Alright, so this first one is Alex, 169, nice, plus 100. The league breaks into maybe their last heated discussion of the usual who, what, when, where, why, and how. Fittingly, they decide...
We're gonna happen later today.
Fittingly, they decide to just do something else instead. That something else ends up being killing a Hydra, which they do handily. See below for live DM reaction. Stop, he's already dead. Honestly, it was not really so much that on my part. I feel like it was just more like, well, it's just a fucking 8-headed pinata at this point, so... This would have been challenging, you know, 120 episodes ago, maybe.
Yeah, we gotta take it seriously, though. We gotta all right.
No one could walk on water.
In character, we don't know we're leveling up, so we gotta think of it in terms of, oh man, this Hydra thing looks really,
big and
really intimidating. We better go all out.
Fair.
Like ghosts on fire.
Next one is Dan, 169, the one where Laszlo employed some nifty trauma diversion tactics through the League's appetite for killing and tasty potions. To be fair, we haven't discussed what potions taste like. I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you ever had those berries and cream lifesaver throat lozenges, I'd say it tastes like those, because those are my favorite.
Really?
It's my world.
I see.
Y'all just live in it.
Look, mint
just
orange is the
partake in
best.
Literally never had it, so...
Really go kill yourself.
I didn't say it. In Minecraft.
Yeah.
Come on, Pat. It's legally binding.
No, we need to normalize threatening people again.
Well, people already bringing back.
Say what you mean.
Well, retard's making a comeback, so.
Is it actually?
Well, I say it hasn't really got for us. It hasn't really gone away. So.
The old chestnut.
Laszlo, when he hears "Let's just go into the Crimson Waves now," GIF 1, and gift 2 is Valdo if Laszlo steps foot into his territory. So the first one is Danny DeVito saying, "I don't like it. I don't like to think about it. He has done zit me. I hate you." I added that extra part. The second gif is, "So you come crawling back, you cheap sack of shit." And the next one is, "In an act of crimson aversion, Laszlo manages to convince the gang to go on a hunting trip. As a result of that time is now nearly dragon fluent and morph bladed." Kalos, I'm assuming that's the Peter Griffin one with the funny long nails.
Yeah.
Next is Andrew's poll, which he doesn't know how to delete, so I could just delete it for him.
I thought it was funny.
I noticed how now it said it has ads now, the poll.
Yeah,
Does
what
it?
the fuck was that?
Upgrade to premium for an ad-free experience, but we didn't get any ads. Oh, is it because we have Nitro though? Thanks to Bob.
Oh.
As a note, the one person who voted no was Gronk.
What the fuck does Nitro even do?
It allows you to use emotes from this channel in other channels, I believe.
And like soundboards and stuff.
And
You get higher
soundboards.
video quality if you stream and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I want to see all the pores on your nose and all the blackheads or something. Alright, that one's me posting. You guys are now officially called Frosties until the end of the campaign.
You can't. Wendy's is gonna sue you.
They can't do
Oh, I
that.
didn't even think of that.
I'm...
They'd be playing right into Adam's hands because then he'd get all this tension from being involved in a Wendy's lawsuit.
And we'll beat that French guy. We'll be #1.
And then we can all get those
And then by
Krabby
the
Patty meals that Wendy's has.
By the
That
time
was
Frost will be
subpar.
over, and then we can settle in court, and then Adam will have all this new attention because
It's free
I've
real
been
estate.
seeing the name Dauntless crop up a lot lately, and it's worrying me. Makes me
Well,
think that the trees are right when they tell me that someone's out to get me.
it's just your phone listening to you, so... This is Andrews, 169, the second, parentheses, and last time we can make this joke.
We're going
No,
for 100
Andrew,
more,
yeah, we go
too.
for another 100 more, yeah. The league
This
struggles...
was just a prologue.
You guys finished the tutorial. This is a level 30 through 40
There
campaign.
are other dimensions to conquer.
I mean, if you're a Yan Min.
If you're a bad guy.
The League struggles to decide to what extent we should accept collateral damage. We kick the can down the road instead. We spy on the elderly and ask for their help getting blood. Speed bump along the way. We meet another experiment. Birds of a feather, as Gronk would say. What, Gronk? What? If he had the...
Bird shark.
if he had the relevant context for that dad joke. And Hydra's getting bodied. 69 dudes. I should have put a different kind of pause in that way, because then otherwise it just sounds like you're 69 dudes. But, you know. Last one is...
fine dudes.
Next one is Henry's, who he got in at 10:18 a.m. today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
169. We murdered a poor, innocent, defenseless, low-level Hydra. Is that a boat, or are you just happy to see me? Zip's new title acquired, Controller of Weather. I don't think he has enough credence to just get that right away. And
I haven't
then,
seen anyone else control the weather.
Yeah, exactly. So who? Yeah.
just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Therefore,
If a bear shits in the woods,
if Zip does a
Does that
funny
make him the king
dance,
of
The bears shit on the Pope.
what's a pope? The bear would say.
and then a very inappropriate gif of a woman in a hat making very vulgar facial expressions, my Catholic eyes can't take it.
Adam,
What?
you could. You're not even religious.
I am technically a fully
Adam,
confirmed
I'm curious.
Christian.
Cat.
Like
You
all
might go.
Filipinos are.
I'm curious. If I type in 169, how many gifts actually come out?
What if it's just a picture of your webcam for you right now? Like, what the fuck?
Your IP address.
It's you, buddy?
Alright.
Ignore rule 160. No more ignore. I don't know. I'm seeing a couple Dragon Ball gifts. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
But I don't have any context for them.
Maybe
Not
that's
those people.
episode 169 of any other animes that have gone that far.
Not the Dragon Ball people.
Well, no, but all the Dragon Ball gifts are from completely different parts of the show, other games, and it's like
Listen, the algorithm's doing its best, alright? The one is really throwing it through a loop. If it was just 69, though, it would be all over the place.
I'll be right back.
Alright, gentlemen, so the calendar date that I had written down last was the 22nd, but that is not quite fully accurate, because what you guys are going to be doing is waiting patiently for the ship to cross into the next ocean to the north, which is the Patabu, which is, of course, not run by Valdo, which is Laszlo's best friend in the whole world, but rather someone known as the Black Fin, a fellow dread pirate of whom you have not made the pleasurable acquaintance with. They could be a nice person, they could be a real dick, they could be a little bit of both. But once the boat carrying the large shipment of diamond quartz is in that zone, you want to intercept it with any means necessary. That could mean using your calamari death ray. You could employ the help of the Black Fin. There are many alternatives, but the end goal is still the same, making sure that diamond quartz doesn't get to its intended destination on time, so that the end of the world scenario at the end of December doesn't come to fruition. Of course, those few days that we need to wait can be spent making potions, or rather waiting for your potions to be made. I'll do a couple of rolls off screen for the students. Remember that it's not the sophomores and freshmen who are doing these ones. Master is not going to give the fucking freshmen access.
Hey, try this.
Yeah, they're not going to give the freshmen access to the most powerful healing ingredient this side of alchemy. So it's going to be up to the seniors and juniors. And even then, it's only going to be his honored students, essentially. I pour out my dice very loudly. We're going to be trying to probably stop around 12:30 so I can get ready for the parade. Those of you who are in Portchester, don't look for me if you do attend.
Henry, you know what to do.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
hear, Adam!
It's gonna be like that
I
Homelander
forgot.
gif.
I
Like,
forgot. What's the route the Columbus Day parade takes?
It's going to be on Westchester Avenue and then stopping at Abendroth, I think.
That's cool. Doc.
Yeah, ends on Abendroth where the marina is. And then something. Alright, so it's just the usual route that parades in Portchester take. If we go ahead and jump into the Frost campaign instead of the Columbus Day parade, the League is going to finally tell me what they're gonna do about this here shipment. And go.
Assemble in the War Room, League.
where's that? We don't have
That's
fucking war.
outside.
In the inside of the ship, in the helm, maybe. That's kind of war room like.
All right, we've got a couple. We've got the bunker. We've got the
Into the racehorse, man.
Into the racehorse. That was gonna be the racehorse room.
Not the bed. Well,
Well, no,
I
we
wouldn't
all
fit
have to
in
get
the bed.
We all get in the bed and we get under the covers and we.
I'll
like,
hide
all
on the
right.
ceiling.
Kalos enchanted the sheets so that no one can that they're soundproof. But
Oh my
we all have
God.
to huddle under the blanket.
That's terrifying. So the date is the 22nd right now. We got some thinking. So we just dropped off the things. They're off. They're being made. So we'll have some potions nearer the time, which is good. They get about 1 or 2 a day, I think. So we'll maybe get a lot by the time we need them. So what's the sort of mode of operations? Are we going to be taking the death ray? I'm going to. I know whereabouts it would be crossing, and at the time it would be crossing, and we just got to get there, and
Well, I
then
think the real discussion was: are we smash
Are we-
and grab or like?
I don't know. I mean, there's a few ways we could go about it, right? Like
we
we've
should
got
disguise ourselves regardless.
we've got a couple of days. I mean, Zen, do you want me to utilize some mind control powers to get a load of people to the Monkey Ridge, and then we can have some crew for you, and you can get some bucks for your.
Honestly, at this point, like, do I have time? That's like that's a whole new job.
It's a whole new
It is a lot of
world.
responsibility. I get, yeah. I mean that could be done. I don't know what sort of things you could get if maybe
So
asking
where
a
would
bit.
we, if we want to take the boat, where would we be teleporting? Probably, is there a spot in the Volatile Isles we could use as a starting point rather than, or we have to like fly the whole way?
Well, I think we've previously teleported the ship to the Pirotolo Forest. We might have to do it sooner rather than later than just drop south and then intercept along the way, you know? That might be so we might have to leave earlier than the 8 days. But so we teleported the ship to your old encampment, which was on the lower half of the Pirotolo Forest near the Rolling Serpent Range. So we could just drop south from there, account for alignment, and then go in the path that the Black Bouquet will be going in, and we'll just know it'll be in this certain route, and then we can keep an eye out for it. So that might be best to do, and then I don't know, Kalos, you could do potions along the way or other things.
I'm gonna. Yeah, sure. I guess.
I'm just trying to think because there's no other place that we can just teleport the ship to without any certainty. So that might have to be the way.
Lay and wait.
Yeah, well, at least if we're going the opposite direction, then I know the route that it'll be going. We just need to align ourselves with that, and then. But yeah, that solves the getting there part, but it's the how. I mean, do we want to get in contact with this Blackfin? I don't know
think
how.
We need to. Why involve someone else?
Well, it could be like, oh, you're in my sea. At least give me a courtesy call kind of situation. You don't want to be like.
I mean, we're saving the world. That's our courtesy call.
If at the end of the day he shows up, he can have whatever's left.
Sure. It's just like, do you really want to be on the back foot with this guy, this new colleague? It's like the moot's going to be real awkward,
right? The way it's been explained, they're not colleagues. They just, they're in charge of different parts of the world, and they kind of just mind their business.
And they have that moot, right? And then they will meet up, and that'd be real awkward. But yeah, who cares? It should be fine. Maybe this Blackfin guy's cool,
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we can. If
you
want to risk that, we can risk that. It's fine. But I think we just need to figure out how we're going to get these things. Because we'll be in a new sea, I can just get on the boat,
or
be in
not,
the water.
Give him some pebbles as a offering.
Yeah. You want to soup your ship up?
Well, did the pebble thing, is that... I thought that was dead in the water now.
We never explain if they have souls or not.
I thought you meant crystal spark stuff. You give them soup up the pirates.
Pebble bodies.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to do that. Yeah, this is a different guy.
I don't know if giving shiny, powerful rocks to evil.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if he's evil.
They're evil.
No.
They're cursed, right?
Pirates are
kind of cool.
Callus is just like, yeah, I don't know
me?
about the moral implications of letting the pirates have the diamond course that I want really badly. It's mine. Gimme.
He hasn't indicated that to us.
Shut the fuck
I'm detecting this guy's thoughts right now.
It's all about diamond course. I want it all.
I mean,
give it to me.
Well, so we can get there. We can get to the location. We can get to the ship. That's the Dunzo part. We might have to do that today or maybe later or whatever.
Boom.
Traveling, estimated time traveling. How fast does the ship go? Pretty quick, right?
Our ship goes should be going way faster than their boat.
So we will be able to intercept them.
Do flying ships use knots?
I don't know. I'm not never thought of that
flying ships use what?
Knots, right? Maybe makes sense, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's a boat, but it is.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it for ships because I've never accounted for ships in the sky before.
My vote is we operate at night, but obviously.
Yeah, I mean that means that
night's always better.
We can always descend onto them. So we'll just have summer watch. keep pace with the ship from above, and we just descend down,
Mhm.
and then we all land on it, subdue anyone. We're not and
I think between the bunch of us, we have enough disguise and stealth capabilities getting in is the issue. Like I said last time, if we're just gonna do this ourselves, I think the biggest question is how do we get the box off? Like maybe the hole is big enough that you could just rucksack it, but we should have like a quick backup scenario in case it's
Mhm.
like these are cramped quarters because it's a big transport ship.
I was thinking about this one, and what I came up with is that we can just hopefully it's at the bottom or it's on one of the sides of where of underwater, right? So a small team can just go in, cut a small little hole as the ship is turning and flipping, and from a tsunami, and we can just go in, take the thing, and just swim out. All Mission Impossible like.
Fuck is wow. It's
Are
not,
we
it's not an
are we
impossible
prepared?
mission.
Are we prepared to operate during a tsunami though? Is my question.
Good point.
I don't think any
Well,
of
we
you
have
but
we can
you have a
breathe
swim speed,
underwater.
yeah. But can you swim well underwater?
Yeah,
That's
that's
I
the
was just about to say we can swim underwater. How
Well,
many
you have
days
you
has it
have
been?
something for
but the
that?
currents
I
that we'd
do
be dealing with in
have.
a tsunami might make
I
that
do
more
have
useful.
something for swimming underwater. Mind you, I am committing patent infringement on it, but it's all
Whoa,
right.
whoa,
I
whoa,
look
whoa!
at
We
I look
can't
at
see.
Dottie. Hey Dottie, is it okay if I sold it to your husbando, but I'm gonna use it now with your permission? Fantastic. So I got the permission, so we can just do that.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I'm using a magic item that I sold the exclusive rights to for a certain pattern for your husbando.
Oh,
But
look, end of the world kind of trumps that.
fantastic. See, I
It's
got the
not gonna
wife to
kill
approve
it's
it.
not gonna kill everyone on the boat, though, right?
No one's gonna know.
No
We're
one's
not
gonna
we're
know.
not profiting off it, really, technically,
So we have breathe
monetarily.
underwater and we have swim underwater.
Do
We just
they?
need
I am
something.
gonna veto the tsunami because if we're swimming. Like we might know how to swim, but swimming in a tsunami is a completely different thing. Even for like someone a zip who can come a pretty strong fish to power through it. I
Would I just be
vaguely
able to teleport you guys out? So the spell route plan I'm gonna go for here is gonna be rucksack, find a thing, rucksack, teleport.
Okay.
You're gonna rucksack us.
Nope, I'm gonna
Oh.
rucksack the dimensions of the thing which fit within it, and then I seal it up, teleport, and then message someone like we're not here, bye bye, we're back and wherever.
Or we could just teleport back to the ship.
My worry is our boss is a smart man, very very smart man. What's to say he hasn't put magical tracking on the shipment of such a size? Do we take it to a different plane, perchance?
Speaking about our boss,
I
I haven't
mean,
checked in a while. I'm gonna take out the Crystal Spark phone to see
Oh,
if
so the
there's any
plan
messages.
first. Oh. Get the plan out of the way first.
Yeah, well, I'm checking the phone. I get to derail sometimes. Probably nothing anyway.
Ooh.
I mean,
Adam's looking at memes.
side,
He's looking at memes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
on
He's
the
looking
bright
at
side,
memes. It's like there's
do-
nothing. They just sent me memes.
we do have a magical plane of our own, demi plane that we can kind of store the box in. Have a
What
big-
demi plane?
the hangar. The hangar's not on the
Oh.
material planes. Like technically, he'd need some pretty powerful magic.
I think we would just need to do a brief, check, maybe like a detect magic or something, to see if we can notice any different. Oh, but then there could be false aura. There could be a whole slew of things. Shit. Yeah, I mean, we just gotta be careful. But that might, be able to break the plane and make it harder to track.
Yeah.
I suppose the rucksack's its own plane, right?
And this, I almost wonder if we keep the weather calm so we can do this, and then Zip probably only do one at a time. But like, if we get a big enough rock, can you to Laszlo? Can you
Yeah.
create a sea monster to distract the crew while we're maybe not maybe not right off the bat, but if it looks like we need a distraction, that How big a rock would you need to create something threatening enough to like draw all eye?
I need to think about that. Hold on. Well, I could
Level 9 spells, guys.
we could see a. Well, I've seen a Hydra now, so we could just put a Hydra there.
Just
Object into
hypothetically.
creature. So I'm reading
It's just,
my
you know,
notebook here. You can turn an object into any kind of creature as long as the creature's size is no larger than the object size, and the creature's challenge rating is 9 or lower. So
you need
how
a pretty
big was
big
that?
rock.
We could do that. I could just build the size of hewn a rock out of with magic into the slot, and then is just getting that out of there is going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know if it would.
I don't know.
We'd have to get it on the boat unless we could get that in the rucksack and then.
I think subtlety is going to be our benefit here. I mean, there's 25 people, give or take. So yeah, I'm happy with what
That was
you
just a
guys settled
suggestion.
with.
That
Yeah.
wasn't like, yes, this is the plan. I'm just.
I think at the very
floating
least I can use the rucksack to put the object in, like the shipment item we need, and teleport you guys away. So I've got put the thing in the thing and get you guys
the fuck
out,
out.
so you guys can explore options for the other stuff. Because we could just kill them all, everyone. There's no questions then that anyone can ask, like, "Oh, our shipment was stolen by this." They're completely gone, evaporated, and Toddler said, "It's the end of the world."
I mean, look, the ends justify the means, but like, I still don't think we should just outright kill 25 people.
Well, at the very least, maybe the Crystal Spark employees.
We kill them or leave them?
Kill them. Oh, hey, Zen. Oh, how you doing? Oh, no, they know who you are. Like, that might be
Or
kind
we
of bad.
can. Here's the thing. We've only met the R&D team. Like, there's.
Yeah, but like,
there's a very
We're
solid.
pretty.
I'm assuming they're not on board.
we are folk heroes.
We're
I
pretty.
think if we disguise ourselves, we should have that covered. Like, anyone who doesn't have a magic item or a spell that does so, I'm pretty sure Zen can help them out.
Well, we've all got Crystal Spark kit as well, so they were like, "Oh, I recognize that. That's ours." There's there's a lot of vectors here. So big old Comet Azure guy, whatever. I can't. What's the name of the weapon? Azure.
Let me just.
Yeah.
Limb splitter.
Yeah. That's pretty like.
That's an Elden Ring spell.
Yeah, I
there.
know, yeah.
Didn't we get a bunch of new weapons though, or like not a bunch of new
No.
weapons, but like
Who got a bunch of new weapons?
didn't you get a new spear though? If you really want to hide the weapon you're known for.
Not like we're not
Oh.
fighting like something. We're fighting.
Also, yeah, I like the idea is that
we're
we're not
fighting
killing
merchants, fighting sailors. I don't think we need to like use like a legendary item to kill them.
Well, I think the concern is more like, oh, those are Crystal Spark weapons. Those
I'm just trying to conceal our identity,
Yeah, that's what I think that's his
That's
concern.
it's not a concern. I mean, I've just got a blood contract with the guy. I don't want to be fucked over.
What was the deal of your contract?
But I just think it's just not good. I've got a blood contract with the guy. Like, I'm not allowed to speak to anyone from the Silk families and stuff. That's the majority of it. But still, I've got a special contract with that guy. I don't want to,
I don't want to derail the conversation, but we do have the zip line spear. If we want to like yo ho ho, this bitch.
Oh yeah, we do.
The zip line spear?
Are we censoring the word pirate now?
Hooked individuals. I mean,
Hookies,
I'm
as we
happy
call
with
it.
what other way you want to do it. It's just going to be a lot more cleanup for me if I get tangled up and stuff later on. I'm going to just have to kill everyone. Not you guys.
You can't like
Well,
make
then
them forget
you
things,
don't-
can you?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Probably need to learn that at some point, but
Like I said, I just think we just need a fallback plan in case. Because no offense, I gesture to Laszlo and his sizable.
have you seen me recently? I've been pretty sneaky. I have, Varys. Have you seen me recently?
his
I was
disability
so
of being
It's not
fucking
about
huge.
sneaky. It's about just fitting. Like I
Well,
can't. I can't fit into all the places Zip can fit into. So it's just
That's the case. He could just stay up the ship and fire spells.
What's the other
well, no,
option of getting?
we.
You are
No, no, no,
writing this
I'm not
whole
saying.
plan on me getting this thing with the rucksack. Is there
Oh.
another way that you could do this thing
I'm just
without
saying
me?
I don't want to like get into that hold, and then you're in there, but you
Yeah.
can't, like, because
You
you
don't
can't
Okay.
fit.
cast you
Okay,
can't
then.
cast spells.
Fellas, think of a plan without that as a fallback.
I already came up with a fallback one.
Yeah, just
we
so
cut
you
a
cut a hole
hole,
in the
we
ship.
pull it, put handles on it, and we just swim away.
Well, if
Mission
we're doing
Impossible
that,
style.
then why do we need? We don't need a tsunami if we're going under the water. They're not
In
going to
fact,
see
the
us.
Well, we
tsunami-
need
How-
we
how
just
are we
need a
cutting a hole?
distraction.
How about
We just
the
need a
distraction be the
distraction.
fucking giant ship in the sky shooting at them?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Well,
We haven't been super subtle about using the ship, though. I worry that we might.
we
not
should
that-
be subtle. I feel
Yeah.
you.
No, we haven't been subtle in the past with it.
We should be
Can
subtle.
we just use it as a ship now? Like teleport there and then just like let it in the water?
Yes, but then we're boarding it and we're murdering people,
Which I thought you said.
which I thought you said you didn't. But anyway, listen, if we cut the hole on the
Fair enough.
side, the ship is going to sink. So either way, there's going to be lives put in danger because of our escapades, let's say.
Well, could you like if the hole is small
So-
enough? Could you use your magic shit to fix it up? Like
To
the
fix it
second-
up? No. Well,
So how are you
Yeah,
gonna
if
cut a
we-
hole?
if
the
we-
hole,
If we carve a perfect like square that's big enough for most of us to fit through, if we keep the pieces intact, could you?
could
mend
I
it?
seal? Could I seal it? Yeah, if they're an inch apart, yes.
How are you getting a hole?
We have super sharp knives.
You are an idiot.
I was gonna cut a hole with a knife.
I'd be there ages.
Yeah,
I'd be
Yes.
genuinely though. You know what?
You would need something magic to pierce a ship, like a ship, even like a ship without magic of its own. You would just something probably magic to cut through that wood, because the ship's hull is going to be thick that you're not going to stab it. No, we just all right. No, then
Well,
the
that's
issue-
a problem. If you don't know there's a way to do it, that's the thing we need to figure out. If we, it sounds
well,
like, I agree with that plan. It's fucking cool. I think it'd be brilliant, but it's
Yeah,
if
all
we
I'm
can-
saying, all right, if we go by that plan, then all we got to do is figure out how to cut the hole in the ship. We just need.
Guys, we're supposed to be the saviors of this world.
well, you know,
Well, you got to break a few eggs.
I'll eat a guy. I'll
um,
eat the guys. I'll eat them.
I'll eat
I'll
them.
eat them.
It's like okay,
Probably.
we know where it's gonna be roughly. We get there, hide in the ship.
'Cause
We
I
could
can
maybe.
I can
Here's
travel
the-
through walls, but like getting all you guys.
Here's
in a box through
the
walls is
here's
the
the
issue.
other thing. After we get the quartz, how long after do we go and finish the fight per se? Like, do we have an estimated time after we get everything? Because I think I have a plan actually, but it just depends on how long it's going to be after we take the diamond quartz. Are we going to start the suicide mission?
Someone didn't watch the last minute of the VOD.
Yeah. Ooh.
I didn't. That's why I'm asking.
Henry.
I mean, out of character, real quick. We talked about like Adam. Once this result, he wants us to kind of put together like a short list of like things we want to wrap up real quick before we hit the button on the last mission, and maybe stuff. Yeah,
So we have at least a week after we do this.
at minimum, I think.
Okay. I could just time stop
What, the ship?
the ship. Everyone on the ship.
Really? That? How big is
But
it?
does that stop the ship?
It
was
says,
that stuff on it?
Let's see how big time stop is.
Trees
Just time stop everyone, and the boat just keeps going.
And then it
Probably the size of
exits the
Cairo.
AOE.
Time stop is the flow of time
Seconds.
for everyone but yourself. No time passes. Creatures within while you take the forward duration. Spell ends if you take any action. It doesn't say how long it is. It just says you briefly
Around.
stop
About 10
time.
seconds.
It's around.
No, it doesn't say how large it is.
I think. Well, no, I think the implication of stopping time is that you're stopping time. It's just like
Oh.
'Cause
I
if you try to
The only stipulation is if you move 1,000 feet from the casting location. That's in
Right.
terms of range. But the boat's gonna be stopped, so who fucking cares?
Okay,
I can do that.
The boat will stop.
But it is
What is it?
1d4 plus 1 turns, so that is seconds. That's literal seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So at most, it's like 30 seconds. He'd be able to stop time.
Nah, not even. If I have a bad roll, it'll just be 12 seconds just to get in and get
Well, no,
out.
the max is
I can
like
only stop.
Is
time
max
for
5
seconds.
Yeah, the
5
max is
rounds, so
5,
it's times
so
6. Yep.
so 30 seconds. Like, what could Kalos do in 30 seconds?
I put a
I
bomb in
can
every
run really
sailor.
fast. I can pull down everyone's pants,
That's kind
get
of
the
powerful.
thing, and get out.
This is from that shield you got, right? This
Yep.
is what are there any like requirements to
There-
use it?
Just attunement and being able to use shields.
Hypothetically, you need to be able to use shields.
Yeah.
So that kind of leaves you, me, and Dauntless if we wanted to swap it around.
Right.
Okay.
So we could do that. It just depends on the roll, on how good the roll is, and if not, then there has to be a plan.
We haven't sorted Plan
C?
B yet. How are we drilling a hole in the boat? That needs to be figured out.
Yeah, I think that's
That's the crux of if you to get the thing out, and if you don't know how to get it out, then
I got this
kinda-
pocket knife.
I'll be here for the rest of the journey, and when we get to Borka Ridge, it'll be all.
It'll be.
And there's like lots of guards, so they might just check and just find you with a pocket knife.
Open up the old spell list, even though I don't think I have anything that could.
No, there's no cut wood spell.
I mean, I've got disintegrate, and it'll do a portion of it, but I might just disintegrate the ship. But that's out of the brain buddy wheelhouse, so I don't think
This might
Dauntless will
be
be able to do
this
that.
might be a case of like there is no perfect clean getaway here.
We
but,
just
like,
fucking.
the
We could.
cleanest
Could we
would
just?
be-
Could we blow up the shipment? Just
Let's talk about
kill
that.
everyone. Like,
Just blow up the ship. That's okay. Yeah.
this is for love. Woo. And completely kill everyone and no evidence. And
Well, if we're just blowing
I mean-
up the shipment and everything, we could just
completely
do the.
obliterate it.
We
You
could
know,
just do
stabby.
the explosion thingy that you have, Zen.
Well, I don't know how big the explosion is.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's a wooden fucking ship, and if it's close to the hull or let's say the bottom of the ship, it'll just swell the fuck up.
I could just
And-
sneak in, teleport back to the death ray.
So here's my vote. So sticking with this plan, I think either Laszlo or Zip should sneak on board still first, and that way we have small little critters on board that can pinpoint where the box is, so that way we know where to cut if we're going with this plan.
Okay.
Right.
I am reading. I'm trying. I'm meditating on the type of magic I've been trained to do.
Wow.
It's good. All right.
I probably not. Probably not anything. Nothing that is going to cut a hole in. No.
Zoidberg.
Well, I will read you this, Varus. The spell automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or creation of magical force. If the target is huge or larger, which a boat of that size is, it disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it.
Okay.
So I could use disintegrate to plink a bit where we know. And I've got the cloak of the sailfish as well, so I can swim.
Okay.
But I don't know if I can swim at the rate of a ship. But I can attach myself to it if we, land on it and such.
Do you have a flying?
Well, I would imagine
I can
if
fly,
we go at
yep.
night.
Limited ability. All right. So in worst case scenario, if you fall, all right. We all kind of sort of have a limited flying ability in worst case.
I can just, as long as I'm above and chip chop, no wounds, I can fly.
So unless we have any last minute calls, I think disintegrate is the best option. I don't think we're repairing a hole in the ship if we.
So the
No.
I mean, and the shipment will fit within that because it's 6 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot, and that's a 10-foot cube hole.
That's true.
Is there anything that you have studied or researched or have any ideas for, Kalos, in terms of like other things that could be used to make more holes or other tools that we could
No,
utilize?
I think your disintegrates. If you're going down there, being able to breathe and cast a spell
Mhm.
I think your situation, your spells are probably going to be the better thing.
Is it a matter of like, so instead of bringing loads of people down, teleporting them out, I go down with someone else, then
That
find where it is because I've got the locate little loth. I can do that. I know where they are from within a certain distance. Find the shipment, see where it is, relay that in
Check
the
for
network.
traps.
Yeah, relay where that is, then figure out if I need to just use loads of disintegrates to bore a hole to the bottom of the ship.
Finding finding Lolth.
Mhm.
Would you have, because the issue, right, is the issue with finding the crate is that, let's say, just by sheer coincidence, you don't fit, so you can't cast spells because you can't cast spells when you're 200 spiders. Can you find Lolth being on the outside of the ship? Like, could you tell
If it's within a range, yeah. I mean, I can do touch spells.
Yeah, but disintegrate isn't a touch
Yeah, I
spell.
know, but I'm just saying I can do touch
Oh,
spells.
you're doing disintegrate
So-
outside of the ship.
Yeah, so you would just attach yourself on the outside,
Mhm.
right? You would you would dive into the ocean, attach yourself to the boat, find a precise
I'm not very
location.
strong. I don't know if the current will pull me off.
Let's say you're strong enough, do it, right?
Well, I'm not.
Okay, well, it's not like we can
maybe-
magically enhance you, Laszlo.
I would
we can
honestly
magically
say
enhance you.
we were
Alright,
talking about what's it called? Zip putting on a tsunami. What if he just like if the seas are a little rough? How calm? I know he's not here, so we shouldn't really plan for a plan that Greg's not here for. But like,
Who's this Greg?
I know, but I'm thinking.
You mean Zip, right?
Unless we're gonna do this today, like, yeah.
I mean, I don't think we'll be able to heist a ship within the time we've got. If we've already planned it out, like the
Yeah, like in another hour, we can prep it.
yeah.
Get to the location.
So this isn't mandatory, but this would be helpful. Can Zip make the seas like super calm? Like this is like just hypothetical.
He could do, yeah, with control weather. He could make them with enough time cast. He could exactly what he did with the storm.
Okay.
He can do with the sea.
But ignoring that, Lieutenant.
Mhm.
Ignoring that.
So that's like a parameter that they could set. You know.
That spell you cast on us when we went after the Hydra that helped get under the water. Do you have to concentrate on that?
Nope.
When...
Nope.
Okay. That was a ritual. You're able to just kind of
I can
read
just
it from your
the
book.
minute to do it, and it's yep.
All right.
I think it's maybe more than a minute actually. But...
So we might, even if we don't, none of us end up swimming. That might be useful to have in case when things unfortunately happen when they're.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What parts of the plan are we missing? What are we not accounting for?
Blackfin.
Besides, the chaos of the.
Blackfin.
Just as a heads up, the fastest sailing boats are going at 5 miles per hour, gentlemen.
Whoa! That scary fast for a boat?
How fast can we swim?
Probably not that fast.
Oh, I can swim faster than that. 5 miles an hour. Yeah.
Well,
I figure
if
if
you
Blackfin shows up, I think we might be able to get away with an offer.
Oh, I
So,
mean, if the Blackfin shows up, but also
if you're trying to wonder
Just
about the
leave.
rates of speed, default movement speed, which is 30 feet on a medium-sized creature, their walking speed translates to 3 miles per hour, which is why you do 24 miles in a day of 8 hours travel. So, if you want to translate that, if you have a movement speed for swimming of say 60,
I have one of 60.
that would translate to approximately 6 miles per hour.
Oh,
So you
I'm
can-
one.
Okay,
I can do
So
it.
you can swim faster than a boat.
I
Okay.
can too, I guess. I have that.
Okay.
swim
Okay.
speed.
Okay.
I think the rest of us though don't have you don't have like a default one. It's just half of your movement.
Yeah.
So.
A default swim speed is equal to half of your normal movement speed unless you have a
Dauntless.
stated
Dauntless.
movement speed.
Well, what I could do is I could summon elk as like a
Seahorse.
no, not a sea. What did I? Shit. What was it before?
Sea lion?
No, not a
Manatee?
Manatee.
Ma-
Thank you.
A whole man.
And we could
The
just
T
kinda,
man.
We kind
Why
of
don't
hang
why
on
don't you
to 'em
summon it
as
as like a
we-
mermaid and like seduce the crew?
Ooh, I have
Yeah,
giant
do that.
tits. Ooh.
Ooh.
Whoa! Stop the boat, fellas. We got-
Sorry, folks, we only have gay sailors on this boat.
Oh no, Kalos,
Those
you're
guys
up.
just have normal sailors.
It's that normal sailor.
That's
So I'm just gonna start writing out very briefly in my little notebook here what
Gay sailor.
gay sailor could be a true.
these
So-
pants aren't hydrophobic.
Teleport.
So
Ooh.
here's my mindset on the other pirates.
Adam, you're not allowed to be hydrophobic in this day.
I think we need. I don't think we need to make contact.
The rabies
but
folks would be having a word with me. Yeah.
hypothetically, if by random chaos of the universe you see them, I don't think they'd be a bad distraction though.
And we could just get away really fast, get what we need.
I mean, we've already killed one of them. It was very difficult, and we almost didn't survive. But like, we are like,
And well, we would definitely be at a disadvantage on a ship.
yeah. But we also have like 25 sailors on this.
That
boat.
is also
Sailors.
assuming that someone on that ship is not in contract with him.
That is also.
They might have already paid the price to pass.
We get there, and we get there just as they're crossing the border, and we just see like sailors being shoved off the.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see Valdo like sort of how gorillas are when they're behind glass in his territory, looking at me.
The one that shoulder checks and cracks the fucking glass, you mean?
Yeah.
That video is terrifying.
Let me in. Let me in.
Also, just keep in mind,
Oh!
guys, it's not just... So, the count is 2 employees, 25 guards, and then there's still the whole crew. So,
Yeah.
just take that in mind. It's
So
not
there's
just...
guards and crew.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guards are hired to, obviously, guard the actual
They
shipment,
have
but
crystal
then...
spark stuff.
But then the actual crewmates are the, the people of the Black Bouquet who have been hired out.
Which
So
are the Skeezy Waves employees.
yeah, skeevy, like a rat.
If they're all rats, I can't go through this plan. They're too cool.
And it's just like, what did you just say?
Sounded like some heresy.
So, teleport to Pertola Forest Forest Camp, travel south to the Potabo Sea and intercept the route of the Black Bouquet. So that's the simplest part we can do, get there, know the route, etc. And then at night, we
Yeah, no.
have Laszlo. Plus, anyone else? Anyone else?
I'm gonna go in. Yeah, why not?
Plus Zen / maybe Zip. Maybe Zip. To attach themselves to the ship.
And then-
Locate the shipment.
Ask the crew nicely.
Hey guys,
You're giving us this shit.
and
We
it
joke, but we
over.
have enough characters who have like weird aura and mind control abilities that we could make. If
Ooh.
the dice rolls high enough, we could. just do that.
Yarg, splinkle.
Guys, I'm actually the captain now.
You're
Wow.
gonna give me this shit.
Look at me.
The
I'm
captain
the captain
looks
now.
just like Tom Hanks, and then you like get in his face, like
Bore a hole
Which Tom
into.
Hanks, though?
Tom Tanks. Captain Tom Tanks.
So bore a hole into the hull near the
Looks
ship.
like Tom Hanks, and we assume it's Captain Phillips, but then he pulls out a handgun and it's actually Saving Private Ryan.
Well, fellas, I'm just realizing here, like, how are we getting the? Are we trying to yoink the shipment out of that hole, or are we just using that to get in? What
I
was
think
the?
we're just gonna use it to get in. My ship. Can you just once you get the shipment, can't you just teleport us somewhere?
I could do, yeah.
Hypothetically, if you can rucksack the what's it called, the thing right there on the spot, I would say at that point anyone who's on the ship just teleport out. Like if it were that simple, I would say yes, unless there's some magic damper that we don't know about, but like because we have dealt with that in the
Mhm.
past. But
I was just saying, like, getting that out of there, we're not collectively very strong. If
Like,
Gordos wants to go on a manatee with us, then that might work. They can,
like hypothetically, if you could rucksack the thing right there on the spot, then you could just teleport anyone on the who infiltrated with you, just get
Mhm,
them off the
mhm.
boat, and we can
yeah.
basically make haste.
I think Dauntless might be needed on this just because they're stronger than all of us.
You're welcome.
And Kalos, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's too many cooks kind of situation, but I don't know. Just
I mean, those rocks aren't light from what I remember, so
yeah,
we
it's
would
just
probably need, if we're manually carrying the thing out, probably hypothetically we might have to move a few other boxes to make room.
yeah.
Yeah, we probably need a couple people with
And a pigeon.
upper body strength.
Yeah.
So I know that everyone here can be
I've
sneaky
got
now.
conjure animals. I could summon some pigeons.
There are a lot of pigeons.
Guys,
Like,
look
if you-
at your back.
Here.
What's the challenge rating on pigeons? How many could I potentially summon? What's the challenge rating on a pigeon? Like one?
It's 9. It's a 9. I mean, as well. I suppose if someone is like free to do stuff, I could turn one of you into something with True Polymorph.
You want to be the distraction, be a sea monster. Someone could do that.
Someone could do that, yeah. Only thing is though, like, are we ruling this that I need to have seen this thing to be able to allow for that spell to work properly?
Well, you have the Hydra. Oh, but that's going to be big. You need something big.
Yeah. I mean, you know, maybe Zip can probably do something pretty big.
I think between you and Zip, if we want to call a monster to distract.
I could do an illusory dragon, but that's a whole other thing.
I think distraction-wise, other than calling the pirates in, we've got basically anything else covered. We've got weather. We've got. I think we've got weather and sea monsters covered. I think the only other thing I can think of is the guards themselves. I imagine there'll be at least one guard.
There's 23 or so. 20. There's a lot of guards.
At least one of them will be sitting on top of the box. So we just gotta, and I think that then the challenge becomes just less dealing with the guard and more if we want to do it quietly or non-lethally. That's the.
Well, if I'm down there,
I actually don't know.
The quiet part.
Like, do you think they would guard a box that's heavy enough? Like, how would you logistic deal with it?
They've got 23 guards on that ship.
That is a valuable rock.
Hold on. I guess what I'm saying is, like, would they guard it or would they just destroy it so that you wouldn't get your hands on it?
I don't really. How
are they gonna destroy it?
Wouldn't it blow up?
Blow it? Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just blow up the whole ship?
If it's a trade secret.
I don't think it's not a trade secret. People know about
Quartz isn't like some hush like.
Well, but like, would you let a competitor get their hands on it if they were going to break into your moving ship across the ocean, or it's just like, no, I'm taking you down with this.
I mean, we've tried. Didn't we run into some rocks down underground? It was like really difficult to like with manual tools to kind of like mine and excavate this stuff. Am I misremembering? Am I just making stuff up? But like, I'm not saying it's not impossible. I'm just saying they'd have to put some work into it if that's what they.
Okay, so I've got shipment to be put into the rucksack. Alternatively, use Kalos and Dauntless to move the shipment out the hole. So when that's out the hole, are we then traveling to the bottom of the sea and rucksacking that? I don't know if I can. It's magical chalk and stuff, but I don't know if that'll be.
Yeah, I think once it's in the water, you're not gonna be able to. If that's the way the spell works, you wouldn't be able to rucksack it. So it's.
We could always get Zip to, turn into a sea monster and carry it out. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, if we know it's the right box and it's at the bottom of the sea. Oh well.
Funny meme.
Okay, I mean that sounds pretty feasible.
Okay.
Cool. Any other? I mean, I've heard the sea. I've heard tarp. It doesn't sound like it's in like extremely special, like holding conditions. You know. Like,
I think at this point, like a lot of the stuff we can't specifically plan for. Like I think at most, like, all right, what's our contingency if we end up fighting 25?
I mean, I think we would absolutely just go like pedal to the metal and go kill everything.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that like, all
They
right,
have to be, like,
do we have the in a battle of attrition? Can 6 of us take 20 some odd of
I
them?
mean, is Kalos you going to be on the guns, like on the ship?
I thought we were gonna tell
Yes.
us.
Whoa!
You just said you might need me down on the
I'm
water.
just,
So
I don't,
how would
I'm just, I don't know. Like,
how would I be up
I'm
and
asking
down?
you, like, plan. Like, what do you think?
You guys got the plan. I'm just gonna be there.
He's looking at memes.
He's
I've been doing that.
He's been memeing.
I saw this one thing
in
which
character. Kalos is just like he's like hunched over with his finger, like clicking his fingers together, like I'm getting my rocks, I'm getting my rocks, I'm getting my rocks.
No,
No.
sounds like I'm not getting my rocks.
I mean, we just have.
But
We
do you want the rocks? I mean, we could change the plan so you can get the rocks. I mean, ideally, we want to get it in the
I mean, that's the
rucksack.
ideal. I've been working under the assumption that the ideal version of the plan is that us getting the crate and
Yeah.
getting the rocks and like
Yes.
taking them, not just sinking them. Like that is the plan I've been working under the assumption of, and like sinking them is like we have no other option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things have gone south.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. So I get rocks.
Is there anything for this plan that is not like just innate to us, that like that we're just our own facilities that we would need?
Nothing I can think of currently for Laszlo, at least. The way that the calamari death ray works, do we need to teleport to places that we have been, or because we have the nav orb, we can pick a location?
I think
And-
the rule is that it has to be like one of the highlighted locations on the map.
That's
and
correct.
Then, yeah.
Oh,
So it's
okay,
not-
so
it's not-
we can go to the place we went to when we went to the Puratello Forest for the first time. Your
we
old
can
camp.
go.
So
We can
okay.
go anywhere that's on the map. It's just like the map's locations are fixed. We can't add new.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll do that probably today, and then we can just get traveling. Sounds about right.
What's today? The
22nd. We need to wait till the 1st for it to go into the correct sea.
would it take? Yeah. Well,
I don't know how it take, but the sooner we leave, the quicker we'll be able to get there. You know, that's my thinking. We would need to align ourselves along the route, and then which we sort of guesstimated.
do we have like a sea chart that we?
Nope, I've gauged it previously, but we could get one, and I could mark it out. Best place we'd find out would probably be Oldport, but then that's asking more questions. And
We could also ask.
Would I just know? Or I would assume I really know my territory.
All of your intrinsic passive values are strictly for your ocean.
We could ask we could ask to go by the flower shop to see if they just, because they handle this kind of thing. Maybe they have like a could Illy or at least ask them where we could get something like a.
sure, yeah, doesn't sound like a bad idea. I can't think of anything else other than that.
Okay.
All in favor? Say Fig Newton?
Big Newton.
Thanks.
Big Newton? Question mark.
Okay, good enough for me. The League's gonna make their way towards the pretty flower shop. where your good friend Lucio is going to be there to attend all of your flower-related needs, and sometimes non-flower-related needs. Well, that's the only
Most of the
reason.
time.
Yeah,
Most of the
all the
time.
time actually.
We bought flowers once or twice.
I suppose 99% of the time. So, who is going to be present in the conversation? As some people are actual active members now of said company, and others are just tourists and pigeons.
One member will. I don't know if the other one will. And then I know the other.
I can go
I
with
can
you, I
wait
guess.
outside.
Someone, I
Can
go
you-
in.
Can
you
I
fit?
can't fit in there, but I
I'm
can
banned again.
telecommunicate through stuff. But I suppose if there is a chat in there and you need me to start marking stuff of the route and that, then I can. But...
Entering the
Carlos, do
pretty
you want to
flower
go in
shop.
with Varys?
You guys are the playmakers.
Are you good, man? You want to change the plan at all?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Entering the pretty flower shop. Pretty flowers.
Gotta get
Flowers.
in the voice.
Yeah. Welcome to the pretty flower shop, so madam. How might I help you today?
Got an itching for something ivory. Okay, I'm thinking.
Ah, well, if you have an itch, you probably should put some ointment on that, but I suppose I could help you with the latter. If you might follow me, if you don't mind, turning the sign out front to read as closed.
I got you.
Thank you, mysterious person that I cannot mention the name of.
No,
Anyways.
okay, I'll chill on the porch.
Please follow me through my fancy bead curtain, and we'll have a fine discussion about the type of itches that you have, although I am no doctor.
Follow.
Good day.
Not something. I don't think something super high maintenance. We're looking for kind of I guess a map or a sea chart. Specifically of what is it, the Black Sea?
Nope. It's Sanctus to so Crimson Waves to Potabo, like trade route map for sea vessels.
Yeah, Crimson Waves.
Crimson Waves is Potabo. That's the
Yeah,
two
we're
sea bits.
basically, yeah. Specifically that trade route. I don't know if you. I know we're a little wrong side of the world, but I don't know if you know someone who would keep those records on hand if we wanted to purchase them.
You could bet we're trying to get a shipment from the Black Bouquet. You could tell them that, and it's currently on transit from Rajan Lock to Hecafates. And I haven't got the date here somewhere. I'm just reading.
But we don't really need specifics of each ship. We just need. Do we? Or
no, it's penciled to travel into the Potabo Sea.
I thought we were just looking for a
yeah.
map of the ocean just so that we have a reference.
Yeah, and and I can mark where it would likely be traveling based on what they know.
Okay.
I say in the network too.
So yeah, we're basically just looking to. We're basically looking to map a chart a course or two, and
That's fine. We do have plenty of sea charts for naval vessels, pleasure cruises, and I guess in your case, you'd want a trade route.
yeah, 100%.
So that, of course, is going to be spanned across two different maps. If you just interconnect them, you can see that the Pitabu and the Crimson Waves intersect at this point here. If any of you have the actual map that Dan made.
I have parts of it. And for some reason, I don't think I ever saved like full. Oh no, it's in the fucking Discord. Is what it's. It's pinned
yes, it is in the fucking Discord. Yes.
Language. Oh, yeah.
So depending on which company that you're associated with, you might be taking a few pit stops between destinations to refuel. If you're going from Sanctus to Dominus, there is a good chance that you just beeline it directly to there. Other vessels, depending on what they're selling, might pit stop in the Volatile Isles, then up to Gromnil, and then to Dominus.
Sanctus is way to the more to the right than I thought. I always
But
submit.
in terms of any trade route there, you can basically draw a straight line from the northwestern coast of Sanctus. They do have a port city there that is basically their window to the rest of the world. And then if you're going to Dominus, they do make a pit stop by Sugan Fishing Village, which is a large island nation, approximating the size of about 1/8 of the size of Rutash. So when I say fishing village, that it's not really accompanying the whole thing, but it is one of the largest ports in the world in Sugan. And then most likely go all the way up the west side to the northwest side. And if you're trying to get to Hecafates, there is a river connecting the city directly to the ocean, and they have a canal that leads from east to west and backwards.
Okay.
So it's actually a pretty straight line. Give or take a couple of odd wiggles here now and then, but yeah, you can just draw a straight line.
Speaking in terms of the actual map that we see, like hypothetically, there's the line between the two oceans is maybe between the Volatile to is it like to the do you have to like cross past that tip of Dominus, or is it like somewhere in the middle between that and
So that
Sanctus?
equator line does correspond to where the sea break is. There's no prime meridian for the lateral, no, not, longitude, latitude. That one, the up and down. For those pirate territories, but yeah, you can use that dotted equator line for at least the up and down or side to side. And you'd be waiting for them to cross that particular line, and at which point it would take another couple of months to get actually to its intended destination. Assuming that you're just making a straight line. If you want to make the journey longer, then obviously that's when it would stop by the Volatile Isles.
I would ask them if they ever had any experience with heisting vessels in transit.
I ask that like yeah, I asked that. We're in a we're coworkers. I'll ask that question. That Laszlo was curious.
Heists are usually not something we usually do in our company. Usually it's stuff that's unguarded most of the time, like tomb robbing and whatnot.
Can't seize the other R word. That's not a.
I don't know what you're talking about. Triangle tits. But yeah, usually what we do is, besides the information gathering when it comes to antiques and whatnot, they're usually from very low in terms of guard activity, such as breaking into graveyards and tombs. You might see some undead. That's not something that I would not warn you about. But under those conditions, we would have some sort of holy magic specialist to ward them off. Usually we don't get into direct confrontations. As for... So, I am gonna go ahead and just put this out there. You're going to try to intercept a moving vessel to steal something.
That has been the idea has been floated.
And the crew size of this particular vessel is the Black Bouquet, which I know very well, is a minimum of 30 crew members.
Correct.
And you're going to be doing this to get, presumably, a very valuable item. I'm assuming you're not going there just for sightseeing.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Well, assuming that you can catch up to it in the first place, I don't know how strong of a swimmer you are, but even the strongest of swimmers can't do that for hours at a time. So
honestly, that part is actually the concerns.
All right, if you say so.
That's the one part we've got figured.
Well, if you don't care about doing it quietly, you could borrow some dwarven mining blasting agents. If you want to do it quietly, assuming the ship's hull is made of just wood and some things for waterproofing, there are some very strong acidic compounds you could use. They are not immediate effects. Depending on the thickness of the hull, could take about 5 to 10 minutes to eat through it. And then the hull would obviously vary in size of what you're trying to make. The problem, though, is if you're doing it from the outside, there's a good chance that you just get a large wave crash against you and it ruins all your work in terms of eating against the wooden hull. What else could you do? Not really our specialty, as you can obviously tell.
Varys, is he suggesting just like, we know the route it's going to go on, we just start causing issues for the ship, and then swoop in while it's really bad, and then get the shipment?
I messaging back in the network. I think it's more like this. They're more antiques and like artifacts and like not necessarily like. I mean, they'll acquire them from like known places. Like I think
yeah, I mean, this sounds
I
just
think
like
their
atrophying
specialty
the
is-
ship, right? That doesn't sound like a horrible idea.
No, it's not. It's not. I just again, it's like how.
Oh, I got it. What if you sneak on board and you drop their anchor?
Is that a serious suggestion from
This
him?
guy's
or is
played
he-
Sea
or
of
is-
Thieves. This guy's played.
Does he sound like committed to that idea, or is he just kind of messing with us because it's like the plan sounds ridiculous?
A little bit of both. You could cut their sails.
Or we could light them on fire.
Who said that?
I mean, we could like overarm Zen off of the ship and land him on the sails, I guess. I mean, I just think, yeah, maybe just all these avenues of fucking with the ship to the point of it maybe just being dead in the water, and then waiting the Blackfin to arrive, and then we swoop in and get the shipment. Maybe it could be.
I don't suppose you know any sea monsters.
What's that big shark that zips a lot? We like could use the blood ties or something. That car right there.
Yeah, I mean,
It's in a different ocean, though.
living as a pirate isn't something I think we're gonna.
I mean,
well, I say that with the.
excuse
I caught myself. I caught myself.
Literally.
I caught myself.
Literally, that is my life after this. My life is fallen.
I mean, I know. Just hearing that, I know that Kalos was a city man, but has he heard from his culture any like sea monsters in the region, like myths and such? Or is that like not really in your wheelhouse?
Why wouldn't? I'm a city boy.
Would you care to roll on
Pigeon shark?
not pigeon, what the fuck? I'd say history, I'd say.
Can other people from Dominus make this roll since
Oh, you
they
actually
live-
would have a good chance of it too, Varys.
I live a little further south than
Yeah, but you are technically just as close to the ocean as someone from Hecafates, if not more,
Natural
actually.
1, 6 total.
Damn.
7 total, sorry.
You
And-
rolled, so do I get to still roll?
Well, you have to do it
rolled it.
individually.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna roll the d6. That's pretty good. That's not a bad bonus. Okay, here we go. I also rolled a nat 1.
You guys okay?
The total with bonuses becomes an 8. Yeah.
All you just think about is really big fish.
Giant carp.
Okay.
Worth the shot.
I was all excited, like, ooh, +5 to the d6. It's like, I mean, I think if it comes to that, we can improvise. We could, these sea monsters become infamous. They're not born infamous. They just, they gain reputations over time. Back in, how much do I owe you for a copy of these maps? I ask Lucio.
If you want to buy them, take them with you. It's gonna be 15 gold apiece. Want both of them?
Okay,
30?
cool. I hand him the 30 gold.
Alright, well, I don't really have much else in advice, but I suppose
Any little bit helps.
best of luck.
Like I said, it's not our wheelhouse either. That's why it's not something we would do. Also, even just do by choice unless we had a reason. So, but yeah. Appreciate it. We will. I messaged the gang. You want me to ask if there's anything else you think we might have? They might have in stock here. We want to.
Not that I can think of.
Imply about. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I will. We'll be around. I'll see you in a bit. Or I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. Gives you a little flower pin to take on the way out, and the rest of you can collect the maps. The maps themselves are detailed with specifically, in this case, they don't have many in terms of landmarks. The maps themselves are strictly for sea-related trade routes, so they have dotted lines in between what are the approximate locations for going to and from different major ports. The only landmarks on land that you can discern are, of course, going to be major port locations. So it's not going to have terrain features. It'll have oceanic features, such as maybe like if there's a certain location around here that is like a warm water still location where you might hit certain locations that are basically dead zones where you have very little in terms of naturally occurring wind. So they actually have a couple of the dotted lines go like around them. But in terms of the locations from Sanctus to Dominus, they're actually very few and far between in those terms. It's very highly prominent in the Volatile Isles. In that case, many of the ships that go in and out of Volatile Isles stop on some of the exterior islands in order to actually change their means of locomotion to smaller boats that can still hold their cargo, and they actually just row a decent amount of it. But that's not all the Volatile Isles. If you just take an extra couple of days...
Is that between the Volatile Isles themselves, or is that between Volatile and, like, the other continents?
No, that's strictly in the archipelago that is the Volatile Isles.
Okay. I was like, right.
No. If you get no. If you get to like the mainland areas of the Volatile, there are many dead zones where you basically get no wind.
There are many dead zones, Ed.
But if you would take the extra time to basically just sail around the Volatile Isles, you can get to the major mainland areas. With wind, you just have to make a larger berth. But the trip that you guys are looking at from Sanctus to Dominus has few enough of those dead zones that you don't need to actually compensate for that in terms of the travel time, or if it has, it already has been already has been compensated in terms of time when Laszlo did the actual calculation so many sessions ago. But yeah, it is pretty much a straight line from the northwestern coast of Sanctus up to the Sugan Island, specifically on the west coast of the island. And then it wraps around, hugging the coast of the Sugan, and then up north by northeast, up towards Borka Ridge, which is its intended destination. So you guys have less than a week at this point, so 6 days until the end of October. And that is basically when it's going to hit that equator line, which is where it changes into the Ptabu. Any other details you would like that I can kind of shove at you respectfully?
Nothing's screaming at me.
Let's see. Lucio would have some information on the black bouquet itself, but it doesn't scream like, "Hey, there's a cork plug that if you undo it, it'll unseal this giant gaping hole in the thing." But yeah, like he just knows like how often and usually where it is, the average crew. He even knows the pay rate of the sailors, but that's not really worth knowing.
I gotta bribe someone.
I'll pay you 10 shillings if you jump off this boat.
Not much.
I don't know. But yeah, if there's any other pertinent information that could be related to this, then I suppose Lucio
How
could
many
have
crow's nests do they have? I suppose.
some. Just the one.
Okay. There's probably going to be someone on that. If we're above, we need to take them out. Because if, I mean, did Zen want to take out the sails?
I think if we're doing the swimming route, if we swim faster, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. There's about an hour left before I want to stop, and I don't think an hour would be an appropriate amount of time. Although, if there's no combat, it could go. If it goes super smoothly, we could knock this out in an hour, assuming there's no combat. It would just be calculations of traveling to intercept from Dominus. Now, I also will point out that on your nav orb for the Calamari Death Ray, you do have a TP point in Sugan.
Oh.
Oh, so we could just follow the course.
Yeah, if you
Intercept
want
it.
to. So obviously there's one in Borka Ridge. You probably won't want to teleport there because then you'll just be surrounded by the entire Olympian pantheon. There's one in Sugan.
Ah, bitch! Then we explode.
Yeah, so one in Borka Ridge, one in Sugan, one in Hecafates.
It'd be even cooler.
There's another one in Anotaig in the far south, and then another one in the Puertolo Forest. But that's Dominus,
We probably
specifically.
want to do Einotag, right? And then drop south of there?
Well,
I
Anotaig
think
is already in the lower half of the
Yeah.
equator line, so it's honestly the way the route would go, it would actually be if you started from Puertolo, then that the way that they it's about 20%.
I did. Anotaig is the southern tip.
Yeah, that's the holy city of Anotaig. There's a TP point there. You could just bank hard west, but then you'd actually need to travel north-ish from there. So I think the distance between a Puertolo star and an Anotaig star would actually be almost equidistant, assuming that you're going to intercept south of Sugan.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a little triangulation, use my fingers.
I mean, I think if we as long as we're keep an eye on the map, I'm almost stuck on the idea of starting in Sugan and just working backward. Fine.
You can also just wait there.
That is also true.
Hello, I'm the portmaster. Give me all your stuff.
You look like a
me
giant
all of
spider,
your
Ed.
luck.
What the hell? A giant cat with fucking brawler gloves on. He's gonna beat you up now.
But yeah, in terms of calculation, if you are starting from the Puertolo and going west with the Calamari Death Ray, the travel time would probably be under 2 weeks. But really close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's a cozy
I'm
talk show
I'm
featuring
skimming
light-
through the map and I'm seeing some of the labels that I haven't read before. So
And I want you to guess something at him while he's doing that.
If
Cozy
you
talk show featuring lively conversations, celebrity guests, humorous
talk-
anecdotes. Not yet, but yeah.
want to talk to her, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I saw a meme. The last bit says Southern Hospitality, and it's a encircled picture from the thing from TF2.
Oh.
do we have a negative, a reason we think it would be bad to go to Sugan and go south? Do we have a red, does anyone have a red flag, or they think, nah, let's not do that?
For all of you, Sugan should be pretty neutral grounds.
I've never been there.
The Great Sugan War of Hecafax. I don't know.
Again, as long as we don't travel too far south that we end up in the ocean we are not supposed to.
Oh, we'd know that pretty quickly. Yeah. It's a red mist starts fucking filling the room.
Gee, Laszlo, why are you getting all sweaty?
You just hear the Frank frothing on the beer. Like, that's the headcanon, by the way, is that Voldo is Frank Reynolds.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in quite some time. Maybe he's lost some weight.
He's like grown. He's not short anymore.
I mean, he'd be I mean, at least 2 of the 3 Dread Pirates are just these short
Bald,
little old
fat
men.
old man.
Don't be mean to Sen. Hold
What?
on.
It's unassuming.
Wait, is that involved? No,
He's
he.
great.
Oh yeah, because he lost his hair when he got squidified for a couple months.
I have hair now.
On your face.
Yeah.
Counts if you just do a comb over. With your whole
I mean, he
beard.
has enough. His beard is long enough that he could just like.
And it's prehensile.
Yes.
No, Windows, don't update right now, you piece of shit.
Bye, Adam.
No, I'm gonna restart later. Alright,
We don't allow that around here no more. Fucking starts on your ass.
alright, so... Well, now that the Sugon thing has been added as a monkey wrench, you now have another option in terms of the plan. Anyone want to discuss specifically Sugon-related ones? Could involve you waiting a bit more passively. And then as soon as it touches port, which will be in terms of time though, it will be much later. Because you still need to wait for it to arrive.
So it'd probably be like way into.
It would probably cut somewhere around 3/5 to 3/4 into November.
Probably not there for more than like a day or two. So it'd have to be like on the dot. Problem to get it goes to Sugon. So I'm assuming. I asked Laszlo. Like I'm assuming.
Vacation episode.
Assuming these ships don't stay in port long when they're just, when it's not their final destination.
Usually just to restock and buy perishables.
I mean, it's an option, but if we like mess up the whole intercepting the ship, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm the only. Is there any thoughts on the?
On what?
I mean, you could in theory try
Like I
both.
said, my only concern is the collateral damage, so I don't care about anything else.
I think we're just like Adam saying, like hypothetically the ship is in port, probably not that long, but if we'd have to be pretty precise about our timing. But like, do we just wait for it to get to Sugon and do this out in dry land, or?
But there's more chance of getting recognized.
I mean, like my vote is still we play pirate, but like I'm like I don't want to.
I don't know if Zen is really playing pirate, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, the rest of us are. The rest of us aren't pirates.
Could be.
I keep like gaslighting Zen. Like, yeah, none of us are pirates. Yeah, we're not real pirates.
Just getting
Like,
really angry. Like, you fucking keep doing that, buddy.
You damn knife ear, think you're so much
We'll
smarter.
be on my crew before you know it.
Does anyone have any like thoughts on either version of the plan?
I
mean-
like piracy.
I like piracy. Yeah. I mean, the other one is like a lot of time spent, so I don't know what would we do within that time.
I mean, at that point, we'd have to.
That's the things.
We'd have to throw it to that list that Adam asked us to do, and then we'll try to see if we can find the stuff that's manageable in between the time. And
Yeah.
again, my one flag on that matter is like, all right, we don't know the exact day it's there, so it's like, I mean, we can guess, but like we could miss it. We could literally miss it by a day. So
Well, the
it's like,
metric we do know is the date that it'll cross into the Potabo, and then we track forward from there. Whereas the other way, we're unsure. Holy crap!
vote
Yeah,
is-
I don't mind.
my vote is at the bare minimum. We still try to intercept it at sea, and if like we think this is like at the very least we can find out. All right, is this manageable in the slightest? And if not, then we
Mhm.
fall back. Like that's my vote. I say we
Yeah.
still play around through with the plan that we've been talking about for the last hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any objection or like
Nah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, same.
So at the minimum, you're going to teleport with the Calamari Death Ray to Sugan. Regardless of which plane you go with, that's the closest intercept point. Instead of using the Pirtolo. Then you're going to fly south.
Not too south.
A little bit south. And try to intercept it before it gets to port. If the worst possible thing happens and you're not able to finish the job and it's able to continue on its way, you could just teleport back to Sugan and wait for them for part 2.
That's how my brain is.
And if you
That's what
fuck it up a
goes in my
third time, I'm gonna laugh at you. In
We
meta,
tried our best, guys.
on Minecraft. Alright, so that being said, it does mean that you don't need to wait. You could teleport to Sugan realistically any time from now, and then you could just kind of idle for a bit. Or you could teleport now, and then start flying south. It is not a perfect representation of how many miles of degrees of freedom, is that the word for it? Because even if they are following the sea trade route, they're not going to be, following it like a fucking
yeah.
GPS.
It's
So
not a
you are going to have to eventually scour the open seas for Black Bouquet in real time. Now, you do have some magic, but some of them are limited to... Oh, locate object is a mile, I think.
Yeah.
And locating your familiar is also a mile.
Mhm.
So that's a really bad metric to go off of, because if you're flying on a ship, you can actually see really far in terms of open sea, so you would have already spotted it by now, before your magic can realistically pinpoint its location. So it is going to be a lot of combing through open oceans, maybe for days at a time before you even see anything. So, is everyone okay with these details? If not, then we can go ahead and we can stop a little early. I can go get ready to walk down Westchester Avenue twice.
You're doing it twice?
Well, the thing is, I'm going to park at the Carver Center, and then I'm going to have to walk all the way up to where the parade starts. That's basically half of Westchester Avenue that's within Portchester, and I'm going to have to walk all the way down to the marina, and then walk all the way back up to the Carver Center to get my fucking car. Honestly, I should just call a taxi.
Nah, don't be lazy. It's a nice day.
Yeah, is that near you, Henry? Does that mess up all the roads? That event?
It's like 2 blocks away.
Okay.
It is a nice day.
And you were hoping it was going to be.
I'm gonna go to CVS in a
tsunami.
bit and walk.
Wow.
Gonna see
Pick me
you.
up some gym weed. Don't actually, though. I won't drink it.
It's tasty. I like it.
I'll
Actually,
take your word for it.
okay. I think it has a very distinct taste. The first time I tried it, I'm like, wow, this is kind of bad, but it's grown up.
Okay. This poison's pretty good.
You're indoctrinated. You've got Stockholm syndrome.
After one drink, that's pathetic. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, for now, we're gonna put this to bed. Next time we will have Zip available, unless he has some other taco truck he needs to run.
Taco-related issues.
Could be. Honestly, this could be more rocks. He could have more time with his missus. But next week, I don't have anything in the way. There is something, but it's on a Saturday, and it's not a sleepaway camp for the scouts, so that's not going to be a big deal for me.
Yeah, next weekend, nothing I can think of.
And then, I don't think I have anything until December. Actually, no, wait, I think there actually is another thing. There's something called a hike-a-thon for my 4th graders and older. And I have to be there legally.
You're not doing anything, or the scouts aren't doing anything on Halloween.
When
But
is
I guess that's
Halloween?
like a Thursday or
It is on a
Wednesday.
Thursday. That is when our meetings are. So actually, we could actually do like a dress up on that one instead of our uniforms. I'll bring it up in the next meeting. Thanks, Andrew, for helping with the scout meetings.
I don't know if it affected like the weekend or something like that.
You are going to go to that Halloween place, Adam, so it's...
Ooh, silver rapier. That's good against vampire.
All right. But anything before we kind of stop for today? I know it was a shorter session and it was just planning, but knowing
We
that
travelled on the 22nd, right? And then we're going to head south. That's the...
yeah, I'll
we
just
could learn
write that.
Dragon by then, right? By the time we get there.
All right. So I'm just gonna say,
Nice.
do you want to say that we're gonna start next session after teleporting to Sugan, or just before?
My vote is always just before, in case like, oh, I forgot, and then
My
we
underwear.
need to- Yep. I need to pack. I need to pack for the beach.
It could be a beach
Sure.
episode. So everyone get your fan fiction and fan service out of the way, because Dauntless is wearing a burqa to the beach.
We've never established whether or not he's a pretty dragon.
That is up to personal...
It's a princess.
Yeah, so you could be like fugly as hell. And also, all the scarification too.
Yeah.
People... That's like tattoos, right?
It's a little bit more
Scar is a
intrusive. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and